Uh, I I tried to get this fixed. And it didn't matter. I told them I would pay a lot. I would do it, and they just "没办法,真的没办法," like which means there's like literally no way. Because there's like literally nothing to sew to. Is what she said. Looks like there's something there to me, but anyway. So, I think we're getting on now to jokes 3. And what I've decided is that it was probably a little boring to do them all inside. So if I can find a place where there's no wind and not a lot of ambient noise from traffic and such, I could just go ahead and do it outside. Oh, there's a dog taking a dump. Always charming. I think this is alright. Gotta find a place to stick the camera. There. There we go. There we go. And the next step is to take out the iPad and start telling jokes. Who is Judith Butler? The devil herself. What's the secret to comedy? Timing! If fish could scream, they would save the oceans. If fish could scream, they would save the oceans. Why didn't Canada listen to Taiwan's warnings about COVID? Because Taiwan's a democracy. When is a purse not a purse? When it engages your lips. Purse is not a purse when it engages your lips. Hey, you're plumbing the depths of comedy with the lips joke, my friend. I'm thinking very seriously about blowing up the White House. Madonna. If you don't know that norms exist, you're probably the norm. With a capital N. The Chinese name for Tibet is the same as the Chinese name for Taiwan. China. A couple of Me Too rock and rollers meet at a concert and don't know what to say to each other. There's an awkward silence, and then one of them says, "You too, yeah!" Trust the experts. I used to be a pert, but now I'm an expert. How do you know the fight against COVID was not a war? Because nobody said, "Be a man." Did you hear about the public debate between Theresa Tam and the Democratic rights advocate? Yeah, me neither. Why does Trudeau want to get rid of mandatory minimum sentencing for people convicted of gun crimes, including robbery and smuggling? He wants to protect black victims of crime. What did the transgender man say when he walked into the woman's change room? Hey, look at my big dick. How do you know your whole policies, your woke policies are not working? When they hurt the group he claimed to be trying to help and protect. Why did George Orwell know so much about communists? Because he was one. Middle-aged woman goes to church and prays to God, asking how long she has to live. Surprisingly, God answers and says that she has at least 30 years to look forward to. Naturally, the woman is ecstatic. She decides that she would make the most of it with cosmetic surgery. Botox, around her eyes and lips, facelift, tummy tuck, breast implants. 10 minutes later, she leaves the hospital and is hit by a truck and killed instantly. When she gets to heaven, she's angry with God and asks why he didn't protect her. God says, I would have, but I didn't recognize you. Lawyer, how many times have you committed suicide? Lawyer, were you alone or by yourself? Lawyer, without saying anything, tell us what happened next. Lawyer, how many dead people have you done autopsies on? Apparently they're not doing autopsies on people who've died of COVID. What? Really, what? Okay. I just added a joke. My joke is, why don't any of your jokes involve body shaming? Because I'm not an ignorant asshole. And then I came across this. Your mama's so fat she can't jump to a conclusion. Yeah. What do you call 10 good jokes in a row? A very rare event. I'd have to think about it, but I think that so far these jokes are like 80% mine. Do you know the difference between democratic, civil, civic, personal, universal, natural, inalienable, and inalienable rights? What is the difference between democratic, civil, civic, personal, universal, natural, and inalienable human rights? You know the difference? Yeah, me neither. Eugenics is just good breeding. That quote was falsely attributed to Richard Dawkins. What he actually said was that eugenics would work. Who is Margaret Sanger? Margetsanger. Margaret Sanger, I do believe, was the feminist eugenicist that founded Planned Parenthood. Bingo, Bert. That's for the Jeopardy thing. I don't hate the woke. They're just wankers. We, on the other hand, are colonized by wankers. The most pathetic, servile bits of trash ever shat into existence. How does an Argentinian kill himself? He climbs to the top of his ego and jumps off. I am pro-retard. Gavin McGinnis. Why didn't the Pecker Hats and the Pussy Hats have sex at the Pussy Hat Parade? Because it was a public place and they were afraid of being arrested. Besides, they weren't attracted to each other. A snail phones the cops to report being mugged by a tortoise. The cop asks the slug what happened. The slug says, I don't know, it happened so fast. So if it's a joke like that that's actually funny and doesn't have anything to do with politics, then it's not mine. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, this is about politics and it is funny. Ready? Get ready. You're gonna laugh. What is Justin Trudeau's nickname for Sophie Gregoire? Peggy. Give me some truth, John Lennon. What do you call that thing you do when you arrive at your hotel, unpack all your things, and then realize you're in the wrong room? There's that thing you do. It's a pack back. An Afghani, Albanian, Algerian, Andorran, Angolan, Antiguan, Argentinian, Australian, Azerbaijani, Bahamian, Bahrainian, Bangladeshi, Bahrainian, Zambian, Zimbabwean all go to the nightclub. The doorman stops him and says, "Sorry, I can't let you in without a tie." What do you call two old buddies with Alzheimer's? Long lost friends. What do you call a truly malicious comic? An unfunny waste of space. Humor should be compassionate and educational. Why don't men share their feelings? Because they don't have any. How many men does it take to wallpaper a wall? It depends how thinly you slice them. Why is it so difficult to solve crimes in the Deep South? There are no dental records and all the DNA matches. So that's not my joke. Is it a crime to throw sodium chloride into a person's eyes? Yes, that's assault. I know it's assault, but is it a crime? Why is it so safe to walk the streets of Chicago, Detroit, etc. early in the morning? Because thugs sleep till noon. A Taiwanese businessman goes into a bank to get a $5,000 loan to pay for a business trip to New York City. He offers to leave his Mercedes-Benz at the bank as collateral. The bank agrees, gives him his money, and he flies off to New York. A month later, he comes back to the bank, repays the loan with interest, which was $15.30. The bank manager asks the man why he borrowed the money when he obviously didn't need it. The man says, "I couldn't find any place else where I could park my car for a month for $15.30. Why did George Soros spend millions of dollars on the election campaign of progressive prosecutors? He wanted safer streets. Mine, right? What do you call a dictionary that's addicted to drugs? A dictionary. Spelled ADDICTIONARY. Again, obviously not mine. A guy discovers his friend wears a bra. He asks him, "How long have you been wearing a bra?" And the guy says, "Ever since my wife found it in the glove compartment." Okay, I like that one. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. It's Mark Twain. That's better than being beaten with a baseball bat. That's me. How do you distinguish between an idiot and a moron? The idiot drives a lot faster. What's the best way to keep milk fresh? Leave it in the cow. I would love to see things from your perspective, but I can't seem to get my head that far up my own ass. What was John Lennon's final hit? The Pavement. It's okay to tell jokes about the Rolling Stones. In fact, it's a gas. What do you call a phony dog? A shampoodle. Who would you attribute this to? Who would you attribute this to? Don't dig no Pakistanis taking all the people's jobs. Oh, get back to where you once belonged. Onenu was a Puerto Rican living in Na. All the people around here say he's a Mohican living in the USA. City of the West was a Pakistani living in the All the people don't dig no Pakistanis taking all the people's jobs. So get back to where you don't belong. Woo! Say goodnight, John. Good night, Paul.